Every dream worth chasing begins with resistance. Every path to greatness begins with a door slammed in your face. The world doesn't hand success to the bold it tests them. It bends them. It breaks them down until only those who refuse to quit remain standing. And that is the power of persistence. You see, life does not reward the most talented, nor the most intelligent. It rewards the most relentless. The ones who continue to move when the odds are impossible, when the voices say it's over, when even their own mind whispers enough. Because persistence isn't just a habit, it's a declaration to the universe that you will not surrender your destiny. Thomas Edison failed more than 10,000 times before he gave light to the world. Most people would have quit after a dozen attempts. Edison didn't stop because every failure wasn't a defeat, it was information. He once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That is the mindset of persistence, the unbreakable belief that every setback carries the seed of its opposite, that every rejection is simply direction, guiding you closer to your vision. But persistence is not glamorous. It is lonely. It is built in the silence when no one is clapping for you, when no one believes in you, when your own reflection begins to question whether you were ever meant to win. That's when persistence is forged in the shadows, not in the spotlight. Henry Ford faced bankruptcy 5 times before the world ever saw a Model T. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. Colonel Sanders was rejected over 1,000 times before someone tasted his recipe. Each of them had 1,000 reasons to quit, but one reason to continue, and that was enough. Because persistence is not about comfort, it's about conviction. It's the fire that refuses to die when the storm arrives. It's what separates the dreamers from the doers, the thinkers from the builders, and the hopeful from the legendary. The truth is, the universe doesn't say yes until you've proven you can handle 100 no's. It doesn't give you the victory until you've faced the battlefield without fear. Every time you push through resistance, you're building invisible strength. You may not see it, you may not feel it, but one day, the weight that once crushed you will be light as air. One day, you will realize that every ounce of pain, every sleepless night, every rejection letter was the tuition you paid for your success. Think of a mountain climber. The air gets thinner the higher he climbs. The winds grow colder, the steps grow steeper. Most turn back, not because they can't reach the top, but because they mistake resistance for failure. Persistence is the climber who keeps moving anyway, who understands that the struggle is proof of progress. Every slip, every bruise, every moment of doubt, it's all part of the ascent. But persistence without vision is wasted motion. You must know what you're fighting for. Napoleon Hill said, "There is no defeat except in no longer trying." But he also taught that persistence must be attached to definite purpose. Without purpose, you're just spinning your wheels. With purpose, every push forward becomes sacred. When you know why you're climbing, no storm can stop you. So define it. What is your mountain? What do you believe in so deeply that you would face rejection after rejection and still keep going? Because when your why is strong enough, your how will appear. You'll find ways, you'll find strength, you'll find people, but only after you've proven that you will not give up. Persistence requires faith, not blind faith, but faith in cause and effect. Faith that if you do the work day after day, even when no one sees it, results will come. Faith that every action compounds, that the unseen hours matter just as much as the visible moments. Every word written, every rep lifted, every skill practiced in solitude, it all counts. The invisible builds the inevitable. The mind will try to sabotage you. It will whisper, "You're wasting your time." It will remind you of your past failures and your present fatigue. But persistence answers with action. Persistence does not debate with doubt, it drowns it with progress. Even if it's one step forward, even if it's 1 inch of growth, it's movement, and movement is life. Remember, the greatest success stories are not written in moments of ease, they are born in moments of endurance. Abraham Lincoln lost election after election before becoming one of the greatest presidents in history. Each defeat strengthened his resolve, refined his character, deepened his understanding of human struggle. He did not become great in spite of his failures. He became great because of them. So when the world says no, when people laugh, when doors close, when everything you've built seems to crumble, keep going. Because the world only sees the finished product, but it's persistence that shapes the masterpiece. Your breakthrough is not at the beginning of your journey. It's not even halfway. It's right after the moment you almost quit. The final no before the first yes. The last dark night before the sunrise. You have to decide, right now, that you will never let temporary pain steal permanent greatness. You have to decide that the voices of fear will not be louder than the whispers of your purpose. You have to decide that no matter how many times you fall, you will rise one more time, because one more time is all it takes. Persistence transforms the impossible into inevitable. It turns failures into lessons, pain into power, and rejection into redirection. Every great life was built on this truth. So when the world says no, stand taller. When your dreams seem far, walk anyway. When you're tired, take one more step. Because the power of persistence doesn't just create success, it creates you. It forges your identity, molds your spirit, and proves that within you lives something stronger than circumstance. The world will always test your limits. That is its purpose. But your job is simple. Keep going. Keep believing. Keep building. Because somewhere beyond your breaking point lies your breakthrough. And when you get there, when you finally stand in the light that once seemed unreachable, you'll realize it was never about the reward. It was about who you became in the process. That is the power of persistence.